Hey, what is up guys? New Tech Begins here, and in this video we're gonna go ahead and install DSM 7.1 on Proxmox. So without further ado, let's begin. I made a list of all the things which we have to do. So this is version DSM 7.1.0 on a bare metal system. We will compile it with Redpill. It's a tool, and we will install it. We will install a DS3622XS Plus. If we go ahead and take a look how this looks like, you can go to internet, to the, if we just type it in DuckDuckGo, and click on that DS3622XS, which will look similar like this. So this is the machine which we are going to emulate on Proxmox, and this machine looks amazing. So okay, can attach all our HDDs, SSDs, even M.2s if you want to. Okay, now without further ado, let's begin. Let's log on into our Proxmox, and the first thing we need to do is let's create a machine. How are you going to do that? If you are here, just right click on your Proxmox, and you go to create VM. It already automatically comes with VM ID 100, which is good. Give it an easy name. I will call it like DSM 7.1 or 7.1, even better. As DSM 7.1, and then next. Okay, we do not use any media, so it's not ISO or something like that, no. It's just Linux 5x2.6 kernel, and then next. System, just leave CBIOS, and then what do we have more? Disks, just leave, we put here SATA disks, leave 0. On this size, you can use the size which you prefer to use. Let's use like 200. Next, you have one socket. Let's use 6 cores. Depends on your CPU. Memory, let's do like 4 gigs. Network, just leave as is. And you just confirm that. There you go. So now we will just wait here, and we will see that we have created our VM. We have our VM, our Proxmox 7. Go to our shell. From here we type in our command. Now we have our virtual machine. We need to check the hardware. We need to add something more here, which will be you need to remove the CD-ROM. We don't need the CD-ROM. We will need a serial port. Just a simple serial port. We need that also. On 0, let's add that. Okay, so now from here, so we have like memory 4 gigs, processor 6 cores, 1 socket. BIOS will be CBIOS, display just leave default, machine leave default, SCSI controller virtual IO SCSI, and hard drive, you can put here the size of your hard drive which you prefer, Network device, leave default and serial port. Add one serial port, serial 0. So from here we could start to go to Prox M7, go to the shell, the root shell. As you can see here, your root shell will be something else, something like root add and then another name. My name I have put here Prox M7. Your name will be probably VE or something else. From here now we will go ahead and type in the comments. Type in the following comments from your shell console. So the first one is this one here. So you have to do this after you created the virtual machine. First we need to go ahead and download the image file and put it on the root. So how are we going to do that? It's not complicated, you just need to go to the pocopico website. Always be sure to have the developer option available, which is this one here. And then you go down and you need this file here, which ends in image.gz. Alright, Tinycore Redpill. Let's go ahead and download that from here. I already downloaded it, but I will download it again. And I will put it somewhere in my DS3622. Okay, that's saved. Let's extract it. And just right click on it and you do extract. Extract here. Replace everything. Alright, once that's extracted, we need to go to our WinSCP because we need to upload that file. We need to upload that file onto the root of Proxmox. So how do we do that? We have a tool called WinSCP. There it is on my desktop. So to download the tool, it's right. It is. So WinSCP, and then you click on download and you install that. Okay. So let's go back to our WinSCP. Okay, so once we have the tool open, you want to go ahead and make a connection to the Proxmox, to the root of the Proxmox. Let's see if I already had it saved. Now this is my Proxmox here. Let's try to log in. Update. Okay, enter your extremely secure password of your Proxmox. There you go, and you just put it on root. So the file which we downloaded, this one here, just drag and drop it here. And as you can see, it will start to transfer, which is really nice. And then we can continue the next step. You could also put it on another location, but the easiest thing is to just put it on the root. And you are good to go. Alright, so once it has finished transferring the file, we can go ahead and continue our command line. Where was it? Continue the command line. So we'll copy and paste this command right here, right in here. And just press enter. There it goes. Alright, successfully imported. That is great. Now the next step will be this one here. So you remember the serial port which we made, and now here comes the command which we will add also in our root shell. Just press enter here. There you go, update VM serial 0 socket. from here we have to mount the 1G disk with Redpill SATA 0. Let's see already in hardware what we got here. As you can see, we got this disk here. It's an unused disk. If I double click it, change in options, you can change the boot order. Let me just check here. This one has to be up, like here, SATA 1. So that's the first disk we have to boot. This SATA 1 is the 1G, has to be the first one. And it could be 0 or 1. Anyways, you have to watch out the priority. The first one will be this one, the 1G disk. Okay, just press OK, because that's the one we have to boot from. Now, at this point, we can start the console. Open the console on System 100 and start the console. Let's see if we can start this Redpill puppy. Check your main system IP. Okay, so if we go to 100, virtual machine 100, and to console, and then we just start it from here. Tinycore image build. Let's see what will happen. Alright, here's our Tinycore installation. Let's check here. Alright, so you notice the main IP address, and we're gonna connect there with SCP. Just click on new site. You wanna go ahead and compare it to this. Yeah, you have to click on new site, and then you write down your IP address and add it in here. In my case it's this one, and then username TC, password will be capital P at SS W0 RD, something like that, and then you log in, and then yes, there you go. Here we got the user config JSON file, then you know it's good. So from here, let's follow the steps. Open the console, start the console, which we did. Check your main IP, yes, we did that. WinSCP, log into your Redpill Main System, okay. Open a Putty SSH shell from WinSCP, password is password, which we did. And use the following commands from the TC box to compile the Tinycore. Okay, now we need to add some new commands. So first we click on the SSH button, which is this one here. Open a Putty SSH terminal. So we click that. We log in onto our Tinycore, which was password P at SSW ORD, no, 0RD. Yeah, there we are. Now let's see if we can do copy paste of these comments here. Just bear with me 1 second. I will put this here and this here. So our uploader SSH upgrade now. We do that first and press enter. There you go. And as you can see, it will start to do the thing. Yeah, should I update HDB? Yes, of course. Backing up home, blah blah blah, done. Next, we'll have to create our NAS by copy and pasting this thing here. There you go, enter. It will generate a MAC address, you have to write it down. So your MAC address should always start with 001132, otherwise it's not good. So 001132, and the rest is then your specific MAC. Can be any variation, but the first three numbers are the most important. They are always constant. So 001132. Okay, should I update these values in user config.json? Yes, of course. Enter. There we go. Okay, write down the MAC address, which we did. Your MAC address should always start with which we noticed, otherwise it will not work. So we could do now this command here, SATA map update, just this one here. Should I update the config JSON? Yes. User JSON config, user config JSON, which is this file here, and I double click it. It will open up the editor, and from this editor I can edit some lines. You should edit the following lines. SATA port, it says 1, it should be 4. Disk ID xmap should be 00. Just modify that. And we need to add an extra line. After add the following line, and net if num1. So after the serial number here, just add a new line. Where is it? And we add a new line. You could do copy and paste, it's easier. Where is it? This one here. Just copy the whole thing, including the comma, and we put it in there right here. Okay, let's arrange it a little bit, just like that. Okay, that's fantastic. So that we have also check the MAC address, looks good. It corresponds to mine. So let's see here. We can save this by clicking save button. Alright, close this up. Now we have done that. What's the next step? It's to generate the NAS. So after we go again to the SSH, just you stay in there. Let's type in password again, p@ssw0rd, and let's generate the NAS. Just this command here. Now you have to add the whole line here, including the URL. The best thing is to open the URL first and then to copy and paste it from there. Or you could use something like Notepad. Just bear with me 1 second and just checking Notepad. Links. This one here. So this will be the whole command. Copy and paste it in this SSH here. There it goes. As you can see, it's compiling our NAS now. Just let it do its thing. That's the first one. The second one will be this one here. There you go. Copy, paste it, and enter. There you go. Next command will be this one here. Just the build command. But first we check here what you need to do. Now type in blah blah. Yeah, we did those two, and now the last one is the build command. That's actually to build a NAS. So let's do that and just press enter. Oh yeah, it's building our NAS now. Just wait patiently. Alright, now last but not least, we also need to make a backup, which is very important. So we just type in backup and press enter. Yes. So that we will not lose any data. And after we are going to reboot by typing in exec sudo space reboot. Okay, there we go. Exec sudo reboot. And just press enter. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so meanwhile, while it is rebooting, I have to look at the next step here. I think we have done all the steps here. So now we should be able to wait a little bit and to log into our NAS. And we could basically do that by going to, going to the console. It's booting to the kernel. So theoretically now we have a running NAS, and to check it we just open up an new internet page, and we type in find.synology.com and see if it can find the NAS. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our NAS which we just built, and we can connect to it right now. I also have a second and a third NAS, but that's a separate small NAS. As you can see here, this is the DS3622XS, the one we created. Alright, let's connect to it. Let's agree to the license agreement. Oh yeah, continue. Just wait. Welcome, okay. Okay, before doing anything here, I also pointed to the download center where you can download DSM, operating system, which you will need, and also the POT file, which is right here. So I also put those links in the video description below. I already downloaded them, so set up the NAS now. Install. You can browse to your POT file. So the POT file is right here. Where was it? Oh, yeah, you could download it from here. You just click on this one, this link here, and it will download your you see your POT file. I already downloaded it. Okay, let's download it again. There it goes. It's downloading. Oh, that goes fast enough. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So once we have downloaded the file, you browse to it and go to your DS3622. This file, we just downloaded it. Open it up and you do next. Yes, I understand. Just continue. There we go. ladies and gentlemen, we are installing Disk Station Manager, and that looks really nice. Okay, it's restarting the NAS now. Your DS3622XS Plus will be ready in 10 minutes. So it's time to grab a cup of coffee or tea, and then we will be back soon. It's launching the built-in packages. Welcome to DSM 7.1. Next generation data management begins here. Okay, let's click on start. Okay, just keep it easy. I call mine DSM 7.1. Okay, let's make an administrator account. Pocopico was the thing. I do poco password to your extremely secure passport. Oh wait, sorry. Let's do something nice. Something like that. Allow the Synology NAS to be displayed in a web assistant, so it will be found. Yes, of course. Next. So let's see here. And just notify me when there are updates, so we can do them manually. Next. Skip this one and submit. Oh yeah. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen, in our new NAS, which we just created, the DS3622XS Plus. Can do and start a storage pool with volumes, and not now. We'll do that later. Let's have here a look. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Go to Control Panel, to Info Center. We can see that we just created our own NAS. That's fantastic. It's got 6 cores. We got 4 gigs of RAM available, and then we can start and create our storage manager or volumes. Just let's make one volume. I always like to make a basic volume. Let's see, a storage pool, okay, whatever, blah blah. I put it here. Okay, next. Skip drive check, performance drive check, drive. Okay, you need to put here allocated size will be something like 100. Could do BTRFS or next 4, whatever you prefer. Apply. Yes. And then later you can add more volumes, more SSDs, more HDDs to your system, and that's fantastic. Now we just created our new NAS. So this video was about how to create your own NAS, and also have here a package center. As you can see, you can install additional tools and software, which is also nice. Got a file station to do the tasks. Okay, that concludes this video for today. I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, hit that like button, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, and adios.